All right. So the normal tactics for doing a speedrun using crossbows is to basically try to buy one immediately from the vendor after you kill the first boss. We're not going to do that. We are going to stick with our Volcano and Lightning Bolt for a short period of time. Just because they're more than effective enough. Like, we just don't need to, we don't need to worry about that. And we'll also use both of these for a decent amount of Act 1. We'll no longer use them anymore once we get into Act 2. But for Act 1, there's no reason not to. The reason it's kind of beneficial is because we can try to get shocks on the guys that we're fighting, which is always nice. That's going to help us a lot. And it synergizes with everything that we're doing from basically a Druid start location, because all of the attack damage nodes that are immediately in front of us are also spell damage. So there's really no downside whatsoever to just picking up everything. Right? You don't get any XP for killing these guys, so don't bother, don't waste your time. Let's go here, let's talk to him, grab this, do this. We're gonna go elemental, grab frost bomb. Similar start to crossbow stuff. Sometimes when I'm in this first area of Act 1, my movement just doesn't work anymore, like my WASD, so I have to like just roll around to get places. I don't know why that is. Let's grab our frost bomb and keep going. So yeah, we're doing kind of like a speedrun start. We're not really worried about anything. We can die extremely easily. I should make that very clear from the start. Like, obviously we're not wearing any gear. We just have our white staff, normal staff, and we have not equipped any armor yet. So we are very vulnerable. We can die very easily. That's all okay. That's just kind of life. We're gonna try to remedy all of those situations in a bit, but not right now. So we're gonna try to kill bear real quick. We are gonna want to just do this. Here we go, she's doing stuff, we can do stuff. And you can see, like, Volcano actually does pretty solid damage, which is one of the reasons why we don't need to worry too much. And we're done with this first part. We can just get out of here. We're skipping Mud Barrow, just normal speedrun stuff. Alright, we have a chest here. Let's see. I want the leather vest, just in case it has Dexterity on it. My inventory's full. That's alright. Don't need that, don't need that. Alright, we got very lucky with this spawn. Updated flasks. We'll just keep using these ones for now. I accidentally grabbed that checkpoint, that's alright. Everything's fine. This is a lightning one. Lightning is tough, but that's alright. You can see, so the reason, if you're unaware, for why we are using the frost thing is to apply exposure. And most things at the very start of the game don't have a lot of resistance, so the exposure is very good. You can see, like, under her health bar, she has red, fire, lightning, cold right now. That's because she has exposure. She's taking more damage from elemental stuff. I just need to not die to her ground that completely fucks people up all the time. And I died. Great. Let's try that again. dislike how much she teleports around. I swear this fight is more difficult than like the Act 1 boss. Just at the time that you do it. Like it's just needlessly. Alright, good. Cool. Let's check these. Nothing. Drop that. Grab this. Life. Sure. Like I said, we would like to find something with dexterity. Because you can see, I can't even use these crossbows right now. But, you know, we have a certain amount of time before that really matters. We don't even really need it, like, anytime soon. But we can kind of drastically speed up, like, killing the Rust King as well as doing other stuff if we can find a crossbow to use prior to doing that fight. It's not a guarantee, and you know, like the alternative would be to immediately allocate some dexterity on the passive tree such that you can use a crossbow. I would rather not do that. It's helpful, but it's not that helpful if you kind of get what I'm saying. So we're just still going. We'll kill this boss too. We don't need to, but we're here, so we might as well. Right, shocked. Get away from that. Okay, and we'll probably be able to stun him pretty quick. Not before he gets these off, unfortunately. Cool. Alright, another crossbow. At this point, we need to do an inventory check. I've done other SSF runs, so the amount of gold that I have is not indicative, like it's not real. I'm aware of that. Okay, dex. Any dex? We have not found any dexterity. That is a bomber. Alright. We found int though. We have found one of these. We could switch to this, but I don't want to. So the last thing to do is to check over here. These are decks. I don't know if I would be able to buy those, like full disclosure, at this time anyway, but that's what we want. All right. Cool. Let's put that there for now. It's another tense crossbow. We can check that later. Okay, so now we basically just have overwhelming AoE. I need to still find the entrance to that root place. But, so like we can do stuff like this. And we just have kind of like more AoE than would be expected to have at this time during the campaign. All because we're a druid and we start out with Volcano. So you could certainly do this not being a druid, right? You just get the skill. But also starting out with the lightning bolt gives you a chance to shock, and that becomes more and more useful as time goes on. So let's try to not mess this up. Let's get all that. Alright, and this messed up my stuff. Let's do this. I'm not going to kill, like, everything here, obviously. Like, that's not how you do things if you want to go quickly. But I'm also not going to try to do some, like, you know, optimizing respawn at checkpoint all the time, whatever. Like, that's just not... That's too much effort. Right. Let's keep going down. Okay, shouldn't be anything down there. And, you know, just like normal, running past things, throwing grenades down, trying to basically get kills while making, you know, progress along, you know, the map and stuff to try to figure out where the boss is and just basically do that. If you want faster times in campaign, you really are prioritizing boss killing. You know, any amount of AoE that you can get is great, but the most important thing is just being able to kill bosses fast. Alright, wonderful. I'll try to kill this one because he's magic. Okay, we got another magic pack here. We have a rare at the top right. Let's just get rid of all these people first. We'll do the rare, why not? Checkpoint. Cool. Oh. So over here, we've gotten some levels. Let's get these levels in. Let's get this guy out of the way. Might as well reload. Great. Alright, and now I would imagine the last one to be somewhere over here. Yep. Let's check these, here we go. Let's just get these guys out of the way. Alright. Anything I should do? Jeez, we're getting decent crossbows. Let's throw this down. Alright, let's shock him. Come on, give me the shock. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, inventory management. Oh, I need that Dex. Grab you. Let's check this real quick. That's nutty. Let's do this. Oh, of course. Let's put this up here. I just want to be able to grab these legs. right now our boots are giving us the dexterity, so the reason I'm kind of like hesitating on some of this stuff is basically because I would like to, let me just put it there. I would like to find a different item to use that has dexterity on it. That's pure preference, that doesn't really matter. I don't think we're high enough level to do that yet. And I'm actually going to start out with magnified area on the explosive grenade. And the reason for that is I think it's like, I killed Bear, I guess that's just bugged. The reason for that is I think it's really easy to misplace where your explosive grenade is, and if it misses, it doesn't do any damage. So I just want to make sure it hits. That's the only thought process there. I've gotten actually pretty lucky on augmentations and transmutes. Oh, I just haven't hit the thing. That's fine. So that's good. Yep. And now we go Quintangle. Great. Supposed to be a way to get past this, but I don't know what it is. We can actually do, whoops. Hey, nice. That is really nice. I pick up belts during the campaign, just because they're considered jewelry, and jewelry sells really well. Sorry, that was a misplay. Oh, I do want that. Come on. My campaign style is very gold heavy. I'm not necessarily always buying like stuff from the vendor. Like, I'm not that lucky to like always find upgrades and things. But I never want to be in a situation where I can't buy something from a vendor, if that makes sense. So I do mostly just vendor everything I come across. Okay. Alright. This guy always teleports first thing, so we're not gonna unload on him while he's here. We're just gonna see if we can get a shock off. We can't. And now we'll try again. Good. Let me get out of that one. Right. Not bad damage overall, you know? This is hopefully the right way. It is. Grab that, talk to him. That was really lucky. We'll just go in. Alright, it's unlikely to be that way, but I do have to kill this guy, unfortunately. Is that it? No, that's where the switch is. So let's run in the opposite direction. What would help the most here? Let's do shock. Alright, you're moving a little too fast. Let's just stun you. Alright, and there's Druid. Okay. Cool. Alright. And Javen was up, so we're gonna assume Asinia is down. These guys are fast, so we'll just shoot the grenades mostly in front of us. Unique strong box is very tempting, but we're not going to do it. That is a magic pack. We'll just get these guys out of here because they are following us. Wonderful. Good. Alright, no luck yet with the Asinia. That's very sad. Okay, we found a rare. Those rares kind of have a unproportionate amount of health. So I'm not going to bother with that. Magic pack. Alright, if I was a Asinia, where would I be? I'll be very sad if it's this. Alright, rare chest, we will bother with that. We'll just go back to town, most likely. The reason I equipped that is only because it has more damage on it. More damage is always good. I suppose I could do this just to see if it gets crit. Whatever. Perfect. All right. Fuck. Cool. Alright, reload the crossbow. Good. Oh, I should do this. Grab flash. Right there. Ah, she stunned me out of the cast. That's unfortunate, but alright. Actually, I prefer flash to be there. Yeah. It's gonna hurt. Done. We didn't find the iron ring. That's okay. Here we're gonna respawn at checkpoint just because his dialogue takes forever. Oh boy, this fight. All of my least favorite fights are Act 1 fights, I think. Because they do just an incredible amount of damage. Which, you know, granted, if I wasn't trying to go really fast, that wouldn't be as much of a problem, but... That's done. Get me out of this chill. Good. There's really not much to say. Do it. Ouch, that didn't do it. Oh boy, Act 1 fights. Alright, that's it. It's done. Stop, dude. Stop. Yeah, I can't stand when they're like stuck in animations, even though the phase is supposed to change, but the phase isn't changing. That happens on the end of the Act 1 boss 2, like in the middle of the fight when he's supposed to transition to phase 2. Like, I cannot stand that. I think that is so annoying. Alright. And with that much dex, we likely don't need to allocate anymore. Alright, Fraythorn. Not much of a reason to do Fraythorn, at least not yet. So we're just going to grab the checkpoint, or the waypoint, and then get out of here. We're basically going to be prioritizing lightning. as our, that was nice, you know, like offensive element of choice. And so because of that, it does make sense at some point to kind of like to come back and get Freythorn completed before you're out of the campaign to try to get like Herald of Thunder. But again, like it's really not, it's not the most, it's not going to give you like a crazy difference. Like it's really not necessary. It's nice, it's not necessary. Alright, we got ourselves a rare. Good on. We found, ooh, got ourselves a ring. Love that. Come on. Let's grab this. And our inventory is full. We're just going to go ahead and deal with this right now. We're going to also, we have enough intelligence to get this to 3. We can get it to 4 without any issues as well. Or at least we should be able to. But 3 is also fine. There's not much of a reason to go beyond 3 or 4. So don't worry about that. Actually, I'm going to do this. Okay, that's happening. I don't have any of these. Great. That's wonderful. Cool. Alright, I don't want to waste all my stuff. Alright. It's not awful. Don't know if I'll use it, but don't need that on anymore. Movement speed, hey. Right. We have enough dexterity now, so we don't need to keep those boots. Alright, and now aimlessly wander until we find stuff that looks correct. This is starting to look correct. Checkpoint there. I am going to run over here, so this should be the entrance to the dog fight. It's not critical to do this, because I think it just gives us a skill gem. And what we really want are uncut supports instead of the skill gems. But, you know, it's right here. Wow. Right, and as I was mentioning earlier, we just have quite a lot of AoE and damage potential. So this, it's really not that big of a deal. So I'll grab that crossbow, sure. Yeah, it's just skill gem, doesn't matter. But good to have. Alright. Let's get away from all that. We're going to go down first. All these layouts are getting changed, so I can't really, nothing I'm going to say really matters. But I am going to try to find the blacksmith, even though, you know, I'm on SSF and I've done this before, so I have the blacksmith tools already. You get a rare chest there, So I think it makes sense regardless to go to it. Cool. Getting to the point where I need to upgrade my life flask. We're finding a lot of rare magic mobs, so I'll just get rid of them. Right. Don't want to deal with energy shield aura. Don't really want to deal with that either. Here we go, blacksmith. Got ourselves a sapphire ring, that's nice. And we can take that accuracy. And this node that I'm about to get, that's right next to that accuracy, gives us 10 dex. And so with all of that, we should be pretty much good to go. For the vast majority of the campaign, we won't have to worry about dex. So at this point, I'm just running up blacksmith down, therefore boss up. Doesn't always work that way, but whatever. Now, I don't have good flasks because I haven't been upgrading them. So there is a very real chance that I just get dunked in this fight. This is a very AoE heavy fight because of all the mobs and everything. We'll see how it goes. He's calling it his boulder. We don't want to be anywhere near that. Nope. Stun. Let's build this up. Probably would have been good if I had shocked him at any point during the fight. There we go. Good. Alright, let's do this. Exalt is nice. Stop talking to me. Let's get out of here. Only thing I know about this zone is whatever way the waypoint is not the right way. So we're going to run this way. Some of these mobs just have too much health, like these gargoyles. They just have too much health to make it makes sense to try to kill them, as well as their shields and stuff. Like it's just too much. Like if they're directly in the way, then sure, but otherwise no. Let's put one of those on the ground. Alright, it is probably this way. Perfect. There is an uncut support gem that we don't have because I didn't bother to find the news. We are struggling with support gems right now, so I may actually go back and do that. Let's do this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it gives you an uncut. I guess we'll find out. Oh, hey. fragments or anything, so I can't even make that a crossbow, so we'll just drop it. Alright, it wasn't down here, so it's gotta be up here. Oh, it's a bad place to be. Perfect. Let's grab this in case I get overwhelmed. Alright, grounding. That is lightning, but it is not damage lightning. So we're not going to bother with this essence. Alright, stop hitting me. Yes, uncut. Cool. Okay, so explosive grenade is working. We got this. We're using this to get shock. We are going to put that there. Like I don't know if I already talked about the concentrated area thing. That isn't real if I haven't talked about it, or at least I'm, say 80% sure that that's not real. Don't put concentrated area on the crossbow shot. Alright, that's gonna hurt. Won't stun anything. Let's do this. Huh. Okay. This is a lot of enemies to run into. Okay. Let's take a second and make this a little bit safer. I don't need to kill everything here like I have been doing, but this is pretty good XP. It's corridors, so grenades are more effective. Alright, here are the stairs, and I do want to find the checkpoint with the guy. Let's grab this. Because we'll do the speedrun trick where we, god damn it, where we just come back and kill the boss after we kill the last boss. Because the dialogue takes absolutely forever. Alright, and we are rapidly approaching the extent of being able to use this life flask. Double lightning, that's not great. Alright. trouble. I suppose perhaps the smarter thing to do is to go down the stairs, because I think that there's an immediate checkpoint. Let's see. There is. Yeah, that's probably the smarter thing to do. I'll have to try to remember that. Cool. I mean, there's not like a specific combo or anything that I'm doing in these fights. It's just kind of based off feel. I don't really have a better way to describe it. This guy's probably just gonna kill me. My health flask can't deal with that. Alright. Like I said, you know, at the extent of what the health flask can do, that's alright. That is a decent crossbow. Yeah. These don't matter. That doesn't matter anymore. Bullet resist is nice. It's organized. Evasion, dex, solid. Only mediums. That's unfortunate. Alright. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Lightning. I know the good thing to do is to have a filter or like regex and stuff to go through this. That is a lot of investment. Okay. So we got unlucky with the life flasks. I'm just gonna do this, gather everything. Yeah, because our life flask is so bad, it is more dangerous for us to try to fight things than it is to just run away. And we're already at the boss, which is unfortunate. In this instance, this takes time, which is really unfortunate, but I do think we need a better life flask. It's just going to make life a lot easier for us for the boss. So I am going to farm another level, and hopefully the vendor improves. That should do it. Alright, let's check. Thank you. Let's grab, why don't you do this? Cold res. Why not? Pretty sure I can't do that. I can't do it. Alright. Cool. Alright, now he moves around a lot, which is unfortunate for us because we need to hit him with grenades and stuff. So there's going to be a certain amount of, you know, the more you practice this fight, the better you are at kind of just keeping him in one spot, which is a really silly situation to be in. But that's kind of unfortunately the way that it goes. Great. I believe that he is now in RP mode. So we now spend 30 seconds running around the arena, waiting for things to happen. Perfect. Things happened. We don't want to be behind him because that's why he does a really powerful move. So as much as we can, we want to try to stay in front of him. That's unfortunate if you get hit with one of those. Sometimes that just means you die. Phased. Alright. Doesn't actually matter to like try to kill these guys. We just don't want that to happen where like we mess up the rolls and he hits us and it does a lot of damage. If that does happen, then it starts to make sense to kill those guys because you will want some more light flasks. Cool. That's the fight. Alright, now we're going to do the speedrun strat. You know, this is another piece of dialogue that takes forever, you know, to run through, and it is unfortunate because we do want to be able to loot the boss to see if it has anything good. So we're going to wing it and come back to here. Checkpoint, you'll just have to get a feel for that to figure out which one's the right one. Make sure you stay facing this guy while he does his RP transformation, because if you don't, he might not do it, and you might have to like just start over again, which is really frustrating. And we're just going to kill this guy. Great, we got a shock off. Beautiful. We have plenty of inventory space. We'll just grab everything. Getting a lot of lightning runes. That's quite nice. We're gonna gamble. We gambled correctly. Great. Alright. Just gonna buy a bunch of these because I don't want to talk to the guy. No resistances, no attack, so I don't want them. We're gonna get rid of all of that. I'll keep my ring, that's fine. Do you have anything for me? No.